supposed to look like the moon, but I ordered a 5x7 that was sent like a 7x5, so it's too long. But we gotta make do with what we have. Anyway, today, I am going to be tracing my tattoos and just softly whispering about their backstory. Now, it would take a pretty long time to do each one, so I am only going to do my most important or my most influential ones, not the ones on this arm that we would consider throw up. That's what people call it. Yes, that one has a pretty sad backstory. But let's make this relaxing. And you, just sit back and relax. And let's get started. So, why don't we get started with my most recent one? This one right here. And this one is my ASMR tattoo. I got it in early actually, I believe, 2019 or 2018. And it is representing, when I, trigger warning, self-harmed when I was younger. I had no purpose in life, and it's covering scars, not these white lines that I made. See, but there are actual self-harm scars. Underneath this tattoo. So, I covered it up in the beginning with the flower of life. And the flower of life is very meaningful to me. It means where we come from as humans, as life, as everything else, in my belief. And I've had this tattoo for so long until ASMR came into my life, which has been in my life all my life. I just found a name for it in late 2013. And in 2019, our family grew so large, that I decided to pay my respects by getting a tattoo. And if you're wondering why these little white lines are showing up when I draw on, I'm not tracing too deep. It's just my skin is very sensitive and pale. So pale. You're on air. No, kidding. But that yeah, I didn't know where I was going with that, but it says, last night an ASMRtist saved my life. It's based off of a house song. Last night a DJ saved my life. Last night an ASMRtist saved my life. And it has the Yeti, which has been the only microphone I have used since I started, except for the regular mic on my phone. I received my first Yeti mic in 2017 thanks to one of our amazing family members. And ever since, I've gone through about 8 of them. But I do still have the original one. It was black, and that's what this represents. And the reason I covered up my self-harm scars is because it shows we can start anew as humans. As people, we are worth it. And that's enough for me. Next, I'm going to do my neck, which little footprints that used to be much smaller looking. Much smaller looking. And these are my son's footprints. I got these when he was, I believe, 6 to 8 months old. And people ask all the time, did that tattoo on your neck hurt? And it's so tingly on my skin. I reply with, it did, but it was worth it. I don't, at the moment, have a tattoo for Satori, but I have a drawing from her that she made me last year on my 28th birthday that I'd like to get tattooed. I could get her baby prince tattooed, but I kinda like the idea of doing something different. Moving on. Let's see. How about we do a very, very important tattoo, which is right here. I can't go down, so I have to go up. And that is the portrait of my father, who passed April 27th, well, into April 28th, 2014. I got this portrait a few months after he passed. I was very manic in that time. And that's how I ended up losing my children for 2 years. Very deep stuff, but when I lost him, I lost myself, more or less. And gave up on what mattered. When he passed, my daughter was still in my belly. And I often wonder if the reason she is so compassionate and loving and understanding is because she was in my belly when he died, and she had to go through the grief that I went through, because when we're pregnant, our emotions, everything inside inside of us are passed down into our baby, our belly. So she faced what I faced. Vibration, perfect example. When you have a child inside of you and you yell, for example, that vibration is what they're feeling, and it's a deep, intense, probably frightening vibration. It can be scary, and I believe that with my whole heart, that she suffered the way I did when he died. But this is my portrait to him. And although it's a little bit faded, I needed to shave, I apologize. It's still nice to remind myself of him at times, so. But, let's see. I don't know what is appropriate and what's not, but let's move on to the other side of my neck. So, this is recent as well. I would really like to show you my cat, Munchkin, who's on the back of my thigh, but I'd have to be wearing shorts. But anyway, this tattoo, I would probably have to explain directly into the mic and then go back and trace, but my husband, he believes that we as humans come from the constellation Orion. It's just something he has a belief in, and he wanted, well, we both wanted, well, I brought up first that I wanted to get matching tattoos eventually, but he came up with the idea to get a constellation. And I being the lover of watercolors, wanted to get something done with that, so we came up with the idea to get this little guy. I'm probably not even tracing it correctly. If you look closely, you can see his initials in mine and mine in his. You can see the tattoos in some of the videos we've done together, but I really love this tattoo. He is my person, and I'm willing. I didn't want to get one of those, like, tattoos where we got our names shoo, 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 across each other's necks or arms, so I decided to do it this way. Constellation and the initials are so far tucked in. And above that, which I'm not going to trace, is compassion that my mother and I got together, but unfortunately, my mother and I are no longer speaking at this time, so I'm not going to go ahead and give her the attention she wants. So, moving on, let's see. We've got, I can trace this one because so many people ask about this, and we'll leave it at that, but this is actually a sad Amish design. He's a tattoo artist who creates BDSM, works of art, and if it wasn't for that, the B word, I would have never been able to find my sexuality and the things that I like and the ability to trust others and holding it in all of the time. And I loved Sad Amish's work so much that I decided to get it done. And it's just a very vulnerable tattoo. A woman just kind of deep in thought, tied up, trusting the person or partner she's with, feet exposed. And I really like that. So, just little dots marking the body outline of her back. And it's just something I really love. And same with my inner arm. This has the golden ratio behind it, but it was never finished. It's just a way that as I grew up, I learned to be open with myself because I had a very traumatic childhood in regards to sexuality, which this is ASMR, not counseling time, so if you'd ever be interested, well, actually, I did a story time on our side channel, which I can link below if you ever would like to watch, but boop, 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 freckles. With that being said, family, I do hope that this short but sweet little tattoo tracing video gave you some kind of relaxation. And I want you to know that I love you with all of my person. And I will see you